Anne of Green Gables, Chapter 20, Green Gables Forever. A few days later, Anne saw Marilla in the yard talking to a man. Marilla came back into the kitchen with tears in her eyes. "He wants to buy Green Gables," said Marilla. "Buy Green Gables?" Anne exclaimed. "Marilla, you're not going to sell Green Gables." "I have to," Marilla said. She began to cry. "I can't look after things here by myself, especially if I lose my sight. I never thought I'd see the day when I'd have to sell my home." "You can't sell Green Gables," Anne said firmly. "I wish I didn't have to, but I can't stay here alone," sobbed Marilla. "You won't have to stay here alone, Marilla," said Anne. "I'll be here with you. I'm not going to Redmond." "Not going to Redmond?" Marilla lifted her face from her hands and stared at Anne. "What do you mean?" "Just what I said. I'm not going to take the scholarship. I made up my mind the night you came back from the eye doctor. I would never leave you alone after all you've done for me." Anne took Marilla's hands in hers. "Let me tell you my plans. Mr. Barry wants to rent the farm next year, so you don't have to worry about that. And I'm going to teach at the Carmody School. I asked for the Avonlea School, but it's been promised to Gilbert Blythe, and I'll read to you and keep you cheered up." "But you wanted to go to college," said Marilla. "I'm going to keep on studying right here at home," Anne said, "and who knows, maybe I will get to go to Redmond someday, but right now saving Green Gables and helping you is more important." Marilla smiled at Anne. "I guess I ought to make you go to college, but I know I can't, so I'm not going to try. I'll make it up to you, though." Mrs. Lynde came up to Green Gables one evening with some news for Anne. "The school board has decided to give you the Avonlea School," said Mrs. Lynde. "But I thought they had promised it to Gilbert Blythe," Anne exclaimed. "So they did, but as soon as Gilbert heard that you wanted it, he decided not to take it. Then he gave them your name. He's going to teach over at White Sands." "I'm not sure I ought to take it," said Anne. "I don't think I should let Gilbert do that for me." "It's already done," said Mrs. Lynde. "He signed the papers for the White Sands School. It won't do him any good if you turn down the Avonlea School, so you might as well take it." The next evening, Anne went to put flowers on Matthew's grave. On her way home, she saw Gilbert Blythe coming toward her. He lifted his cap when he saw her, but he would have walked right by if Anne had not stopped and held out her hand. Gilbert took her hand eagerly. "Gilbert," Anne said, her cheeks red, "I want to thank you for giving up the school for me. It was very nice of you, and I want you to know that I appreciate it." "I was happy to be able to do it," said Gilbert. "Are we going to be friends after this? Have you really forgotten me at last?" Anne laughed. "I forgave you that day by the pond landing, but I didn't know it. I've been sorry ever since." "We're going to be the best of friends," Gilbert said, smiling. "We were born to be good friends. Come on, I'm going to walk home with you." When Anne entered the kitchen, Marilla looked at her curiously. "Who came up the lane with you?" she asked. "Gilbert Blythe," said Anne. "I met him on Barry's Hill." "I didn't know you and Gilbert were such good friends that you talked to him for half an hour at the gate," Marilla said with a smile. "Were we really there for half an hour?" said Anne. "It seemed like just a few minutes. But you see, we have 5 years of lost friendship to catch up on, Marilla." Anne sat at her window for a long time that night. The wind purred in the cherry and apple trees around the house. The stars twinkled above the fir trees in the hollow. She could see Diana's light in the distance. Anne was happy about the future. She would study and teach. She would have good times with her friends. And she and Marilla would always have a home at Green Gables.